Today we are here to talk about our new Nike Vapor Flex driver compared to our Acuity Hyper driver that we have here. And really excited about this because this is one of my favorite drivers that I've ever used, and I'm really looking forward to talk to you guys about it. So we'll get right off to the bat with our Nike Vapor Flex. And to start off, I really want to talk about the Flex Flight technology. And this is brand new with this model. And you'll see it's a little canister that pops out, and it's a weighted canister. On one side it has mid, and on the other it has low. Those represent the loft. And what this does is you put it in, if you have the mid out, it produces a 1% lower loft and more spin. But if you switch it around to have the low end out, it produces lower spin and a lower loft. So the big thing with this is it really provides a lot of personalization to your game, and I love it because it's really helped me reduce spin on my drives because I tend to slice the ball a lot. And you use this screwdriver type gadget to lock it in, and you just go, and there it is. And another technology that Nike has had on a couple drivers in the past and continues on is the Flex Loft technology. And you use the same gadget and stick it right in there, and you just unscrew it, and you'll get the head off, and you can adjust what type of loft angle you like and whether you'd like it to play for a slice, a more of a draw, or if you'd like it straight up. So what this Nike driver really offers is a lot of customability to your game and really gives you a lot of different options for playing off the tee. Another couple features that it has that aren't quite customability but definitely provide a boost to your game are the covert back technology. And you see a lot more with the other Nike drivers because of the lack of the Flex Flight on this model. But it still provides a lot of forgiveness on a mishit, and it also provides a lot of mishits on the bottom of the face, which can really mess up someone's game. And also, I'm not sure if you guys can see it, but we have the bands on the inside of the covert back, and those provide a lot more stability when you hit it right on the sweet spot in the middle. It provides a lot more stability for a straighter shot and less spin off the driver. So all those features go into the Nike Vapor Flex. It really provides a good customability for your game and really gives you a good option for an advanced type of round. So next up we have our Acuity Hyper. Definitely a less flashy option for the average golfer, but it definitely gives decent performance, and you'll see later on in the video when we give them both test runs. But it's a pretty straightforward shot. You get the Hyper, it's a 460cc, which provides good distance, good power. It's set at a 10-degree loft, no customability with the loft or anything like that. But it has a good face, provides a solid sweet spot, and it really gives you a good swing when you swing it. But other than that, it's pretty straightforward. No big features to talk about or anything like that, but next up you get to see how it performs, so look forward to that coming up next.
2, 1.
Alright, so we're going to start off with the Nike driver for our first show off, and right now I have it set on the low setting, so our weight's towards the middle of the head, and we're going to go ahead and get started. So what I like about the Nike driver is the sound. It doesn't have a huge booming sound like a lot of other popular Titleist or TaylorMade drivers, but it's a true sound and it gives a good result. So let's go ahead and see what happens. And right off the bat, that's a good stroke. Had a slight slice on it, but it went a good 250 yards, kept it pretty straight, and that's a good first shot for me. So let's tee up another one. And that one I pulled off to the left a little bit, but it's kept straight pretty well. And that's another big thing. We have the covert back that I talked about earlier. It's really good for forgiveness. So even though I pulled that shot, it stayed pretty straight and didn't veer off course too much. Let's go ahead and take a couple more shots, and then we'll switch over to the other driver. And that's a beauty, straight, long, high. I think that's going to turn out really well. And another good one. That one I could feel I hit off the heel a little bit. And like I said, that forgiveness coming from the covert back technology really helps with a good forgiveness on your miss hits. So when we come back, we'll try out our next driver. Alright, for our second round, we're going to go with the Acuity Hyperdriver. And as we talked about before, definitely a lower end driver, lower price, but so far we'll see how it delivers. Minimal technology, as we talked about earlier, 10-degree loft, so let's see what it can do. Now, compared to the Nike driver, I'm expecting a much louder sound. As I talked about with the Nike, it had a much more subtle, almost dead sound, but it definitely delivered a good result. So let's see what the Hyper does. And on that one, definitely more of a ping, but a good result. Nice, straight, long drive. Got it pretty high up in the air, so that's a pretty good start for a lower end driver. And another really good shot on that one. I kind of picked up for that shot, but it stayed straight. And definitely went long, so 2 good shots so far with the Hyper. The one disadvantage though with this driver is the lack of customability. With the Nike, we had the loft adjustments on the base of the head, and we had the canister in the middle to adjust weight distribution. So definitely can't get the personalization that you might want, but so far so good with the delivery. And that one I had a miss hit, hit it more towards the heel, pulled it off to the left, and I think that was a good testament to the lack of forgiveness from this driver. With the Nike, we had the covert back technology, which allowed a little bit more forgiveness on a miss hit. With that one, it definitely kind of pulled off and didn't quite correct itself. So let's do a couple more and see how we shape up. That was a good one, nice straight long. No complaints there. And that's a good finish. So I think overall our Acuity Hyper, definitely a good option for maybe a not so serious golfer. But with the Nike, you get a lot more customability and more personalization, which definitely adds to my game and a lot of other golfers that I know. Alright guys, so you've seen it all. We went over the features for our Nike Vapor Flex and the necessarily lack of features for the Acuity Hyper. And I think we came out with 2 really good drivers. We saw how they performed on the range, both giving good drives off the tee. Like I said earlier, if you're looking for a more advanced type of game, I definitely recommend the Vapor Flex. All the customability options that go with it really help to up that level of your game. But if you're definitely looking for a more simple, kind of laid-back type of round, I definitely recommend the Hyper. It provides a good, solid, reliable shot, and straight, long, and nothing fancy. So thanks for watching, guys. Stay tuned. We got some cards to link for any shopping that you might want to do. And come back next week when we review some irons.